What's up, guys? This is Mark from My Primal Being with a special episode of the Iron Eye. As you can see, this is not me, and this is not me in a gym, but there's a little bit of me. I'm Ren Augustine, and you'll see a lot of the guys from Barbell Brigade, such as Juan here, that's Mr. Iron Fortitude himself. And there's Kyle, hiding in the back, just being chill, and kind of catching up with the Barbell Brigade people, which actually kind of is just me following Juan around with my camera as he points his camera at me for a time, as we kind of discussed there for a second. But anyways, on to the point. Here we have Cynthia Lou, her guy Mikey, there's Kyle from Kilo Club, a few other dignitaries of the Iron Game, here for a special event down in Long Beach with the NightLift. So as you can see, there's Kyle. Oh, by the way, I wanted to cut these and make them more movie-like, more cinematic, but I just wanted to get this stuff out to you guys. So I just threw together the best clips that I could find, and I'm getting this out to you guys for now. If anyone chooses to cut out some parts and make that into something awesome, feel free to. Just let me know, and that's totally fine as well. But yeah, I just kind of wanted to get this out so that people can see it. So here we are, Kyle setting up, warming up for his squat challenge, and Alex Cho, aka Napoleon Cho on Instagram of Barbell Brigade, is helping him out, getting set up. This was basically an event for muscular dystrophy. It was pretty cool. There was free food, there was free alcohol, which becomes kind of a thing throughout this whole event between Kyle, other Kyle, Mobility Moment Kyle, myself, and Juan of Iron Fortitude. But a couple of things went down that were super sick and badass, such as people deadlifting a whole bunch of weight and probably regretting that the next day because their backs probably went out. But you get psyched up by a crowd, shit tends to pop off, and sometimes maybe shit literally pops off. I apologize, honestly. I wasn't quite aware of the full lineup of people who would be lifting this evening, so can anybody help me out? Give credit to this awesome young lady here who is repping out, what is this, like something really big for a person her size, who's also a girl, and just killing it. I can tell you that Cynthia Lau over there has a pretty sick panda top. It's pretty badass, and it was just kind of interesting to see her live and in person, because usually I've just been familiar with her on Instagram. But yeah, this is a pretty cool event. It was just, the best part was actually seeing people in a different light and being the other self, being themselves apart from their competitive, athletic, bodybuilding, powerlifting version. And though here you can see Alex Cho and Kyle Oda doing pretty much what they usually do at Barbell Brigade at their homes, this is a little bit different because, well, you get to see them buttoned up, but hair down, I guess you could say, and being silly and drinking a bunch and just having a plain old good time for a pretty good cause. I think the way that this was all set up was there would be a lift every 30 minutes. So every 30 minutes, you had to come in and watch somebody pull off an amazing lift. So realizing that there was free food and alcohol, what it turned into was Juan, Kyle, and I going to the drinks booth and going to the food booth between lifts, eating and drinking as fast as we could, and then coming back in to catch an event. So there's Alexander Cho and Luis Ortuno. Sorry guys for the mispronouncing. I'm a little sleep deprived and a little exhausted trying to make this happen. And I think that's Marius Baltazar in the back with the glasses. Forgive me if I'm totally blowing the names on this. just schlepping this whole thing together so you guys can get to see it. But those two, Louise and Alex, are going to be the main event of the night in lifting and doing an AMRAP of 500-pound deadlifts, which is pretty sick. You'll see that towards the end. And more lifting. This is Shorty Lifts, and I mean, like, the guy's a little dude, but he's dense and he is strong. And it's pretty badass when he pulls this off. He's got a little, he's got that pretty sick, like, that face there with the smile and the looking around. It's pretty sick. I dream of doing that someday when my deadlift is worthy of such acclaim and acknowledgement. But hey, look, who's that big guy in the baseball shirt? That's Chad Wesley Smith, because he's going to be pulling off the fastest total, I believe it was, is how it was sold as. He was going to do a squat, a bench, and a deadlift for the least amount of time in a certain weight class. I can't remember how many kilos or how many pounds, but it's some big, some impressive, something that I couldn't do, but I'm going to be building up to because of the comp in September. Kind of stoked about that. Honestly, feeling kind of out of my element because I've never competed really in anything, and I've certainly never competed in a powerlifting meet. So there's Kyle, and there's Juan being silly. More of Juan being silly. We actually ended up trying to dance. We actually danced a lot in between people's sets because there was some really good music by some dude. I forget his name. Yeah, I forget a lot of people's names. I'm so sorry, guys. Yeah. So here's Cynthia Lau preparing and warming up for her lift. It's the couples lift with Mr. Mikey, her other half, and it's absolutely freaking adorable the way that these two just vibe off of each other. There's Kyle Myron on the side. Actually, he's probably doing some mobility, taking a little mobility moment over there on the side, working on working with those parallettes, I think they are. Please correct me. This is basically a schlep together. Correct me. I maybe have this half wrong sort of video. Mikey, there's some love from Miss Lau and Mikey. And here's a couple of warm-up lifts for you guys to get a feel for it. Because the angle that I got was from behind them, which was great because at that point, I actually had to switch over to my iPhone because I didn't bring a spare battery for my camera, or I did, and then that died, and then I didn't have a charger so that I could charge my other battery. There's Kyle's face again. And yeah, we're getting closer and closer to the actual lift right now. You can tell, and you'll see what it looks like because one, it looks like this color. It's darker, but you'll also only really see their backs, which is kind of lame. I'm sorry, I'll do better. But I just kind of wanted to capture it, and everything was just kind of slapdash. And to be honest, I was getting pretty tipsy because I don't really drink, and I drank a ton that night, and then I had to drive, which is never a good idea. So I took a nap before driving, try to clear some of that alcohol out of my system so that I can get home and cozy up to my lady. So here it is. Here's the actual couples lift event for the evening. And for those of you who can find the version where it shows the front, a little too much quad there from Mikey. But if you can find the head-on front view of this, it's absolutely adorable because they smile and look at each other's eyes and acknowledge when they finish the lift, and then they set it down, which is like totally, what do you call that? Hashtag relationship goal. Here's Chad Wesley Smith getting ready for his lifts. This was actually pretty sick, pretty intense, and I'd only really heard of him through the Powercast with Mark Bell. I just recently heard that, and Chad is actually a pretty cool dude. Sorry, man, if is that cool that I called you Chad? I don't know you personally, and I wouldn't want to just assume anything, but yeah. Anyways, here he goes. He's gonna kick it off with the squat. Wish I knew the numbers, but I don't recall. And yeah, it's just kind of a sick few lifts to watch, one right after the other, with so much weight on the bar. Wrapping it off with a deadlift, nothing, bit of a smile, look around, drop it, and just acknowledgements, some triumphant stuff to chill for the second, and then a little bit of chit chat, just to kind of talk about what just occurred. Yeah, stuff. Oh, there's one. He actually ended up having to use his monopod as a shoulder rig, which actually worked out really well. And I wish I had thought of that, or at least I'd wished I'd brought in my tripod. So here's a large part of the Barbell Brigade crew, fruiting it up, as you can see. And there's that dude from Iron Rebel. I am so sorry, guys, but I just don't remember names right now. More big lifts. More like immensely huge lifts, actually. This was amazing to see. There's Luis Artuno warming up for his AMRAP battle with Alexander Cho. Which makes me wonder, why did they do heavy singles to warm up when they needed to do a bunch of multiples? Math. I've always said I'm not a math magician. I've always sucked. But yeah, here's Alex setting up to warm up. He actually kind of struggles for this one for a second. Then he goes back in. I know that that's well within his ability. And as you can see, he just pops right back in there and does the lift like it ain't no thing. So it really ain't no thing. But he's a little dude. I think he's in the 165s. So is Luis. I think, according to Alex, Luis is actually 200 pounds. He's hiding it, probably mostly in his butt and his thighs. And that's where he's so strong. But here are the bars set up for them to lift. And here we go with the main event. It gets pretty crazy. It's pretty amazing to watch, just that feat of strength and athleticism, at least in the powerlifting game. And I can't remember the final score. I think it was 12-13. Alex. I think Alex took home the acclaim and the fame. There he goes. In his sick Barbell Brigade singlet. So yeah, you really had to kind of be there to feel the electricity of the whole experience. And watching it on video really doesn't do it any justice. So this is the first set, I guess you could call it. And then after that, they need a tiebreaker. So Alex and Luis go back in and lift some more. There's that Norse torque. Oh yeah. So I think this is where they crush another 2 or 3 each. Wrapping up the deadlifting event. Next time, I need to get separate cameras so I can get this in multiple angles. That would be awesome. So yeah, I believe Alex crushes this. I don't remember what the final decision was, but I think it was he that finishes. So Luis, a couple more attempts. Overall, a really sick experience. Just great to see people outside of the gym living life as normal people. And just to see even a community of people like this come together for something this big. So see you guys. Peace out.